It's common knowledge the founding fathers of this country were English and Freemasons. What's not common knowledge is what this order is hiding from the masses behind biblical symbols and coded propaganda. In all reality, most Masons have no idea what is the real agenda of their order. But through their use of the biblical stories and symbols, anyone with a keen mind can easily begin to see it's about some great work being undertaken by this order through the ages. To achieve what most seem to be taught is their personal transfiguration into some type of divine being through their use of ritual, magic, and secret knowledge, which has been passed down through the ages to select or illuminated families, who most would agree now control the world's materially dominated system, biblically referred as Babylon. The symbol of the eye, the capstone above the pyramid on the money of this country, to most Masons of the progressing degrees, is a symbol of their own type of illumination. But the ultimate meaning and design intent is not so. Instead, the symbol is dictating the process by which the fallen prince of this world, Enki, the Nahesh, becomes God in their eyes, as well as fulfilling himself as some sort of new man of his own design, known as the Antichrist. So the unicorn and all-seeing eye are relative symbols for illumination by a type of serpent wisdom of individuals as well as a sort of ultimate individual? Yes. We will see key scriptures from the King James Version of the Bible that outline this ultimate individual as Ra or Re, that you should have instantly connected to the all-seeing eye on the Great Seal of the United States. It is through this Ra-Re persona of ancient times where we can effectively connect to the legendary Osiris Orion, figure of ancient Egypt, who is at one and the same time the symbol for the Nephilim descendants of the genetic crossing of man with the sons of God, fallen, in Genesis 6, as well as the fallen prince of this world that Jesus spoke. The unicorn manifest of this symbol is more relative to the actual crossing of the genes of the rebellious sons of God with the daughters of man. Hence, the unicorn is almost always shown in connection to some semi-nude female. But the all-seeing eye is more relative to what the fallen prince, Enki, Ra, Re, eventually Orion, hopes to achieve through the offspring of this forbidden union, becoming God before all mankind, and becoming that type of new man he actually promised his followers they would become. I know the idea of an actual Antichrist is far-fetched for most contemporary peoples, but nevertheless, it is a very important feature of the prophetic truths that Jesus taught would come to pass, and in some ways already have on lesser-inspired event reflections in our remote past. So I have selected the scriptures that will verify the mindset concerning the symbols we have looked into in the various ways I have thus far translated them. First, looking into Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. It's going to say a lot. It describes perfectly that the evil is the evil eye, Ra, Re. It's the fallen prince, known as the adversary or Satan / the devil. And this evil eye is not the God of man. But most importantly, this scripture in Isaiah describes God, meaning the one and living true God, which is Jesus Christ, actually created this Ra, Re, prince. But we see if we look deep into the intention here of Isaiah, he meaning God is describing the creation not of a type of man prince, but instead a holy spiritual being who was entrusted with the spiritual and material evolution on this world, but fell due to the sophistry of a spiritual rebellion within the spirit abode on high. And then Ezekiel chapter 28 with the correct discernment, and of course other scriptures that will parallel, in a way supporting the way that I just described the translation of Isaiah 45:7 as meaning all of this. We have other scriptures that will support that exact same thing within the same context in which I just described it. But we won't get to that just yet. So the biblical prophets go on in various ways to describe the spirit prince Enki to be maroon or stranded here on earth, bound to its terrestrial and spiritual circuits, awaiting a type of judgment that will culminate and fulfill on him as well as his prideful offspring of these last days. And of course, this event is being referred as Armageddon, but of course it has a reflection above as so too below within the spirit context, but yet defined within the material, and then within the spirit context defined within the spiritual, and then of course within the material context defined within the material. So it is going to fulfill on multiple planes of this supposed manifest of Armageddon. But I would like you to connect it here to the situation of arm, and then where we see in Hosea that the high arm of Ephraim shall be broken, which is then giving us credence for this connection where we're seeing their supposed New Jerusalem, in which Jesus Christ is quoted in perfectly saying, "The kingdom cometh not with observation," in which then he adds eventually that the kingdom is always at hand, in which it wait not on invading armies, on fire from the sky, or destruction, or kings or princes. It only awaits your faith grasp of what this kingdom is as a spiritual Zion in which you can enter at any time. And of course we see Ephraim, and of course all those that have been blinded by these ancient mystery religions and ideologies practiced within the current secret societies have taken it for something completely different, and have now taken the high spiritual meaning of these things and in essence de-evolved, mutated them into something of which they never were. So as we continue, regardless of your personal belief about a third eye known as the pineal gland, the present day hidden and corrupt rulers of this Babylonian system see it as a sort of eye of illumination that has been opened or awakened due to the supposed serpent wisdom, meaning occult science, practiced through ritual and magic. Think about the wizards and the witches wearing that tall and pointed conical hat. What do you think that pointed tall hat is hiding or alluding to? Unicorn, unihorn, equaling one eye or illuminated. Of course, that famous one singular all-seeing eye, where we get Illuminati. Have you ever read the story about Jacob, father of Israel tribes, wrestling with a strange type of man at a place called Peniel? And that's in Genesis chapter 32, verse 30. Well, this story is a code of sorts regarding the pineal eye. Genesis 32:30, quoting, "And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved." Notice that the above scripture is about sight or seeing, connected to some type of location being referred as Peniel. Peniel and pineal are very relative. Also think about Jacob's name. Jacob, think corn cob. This is where the corn gets on the cob, so to say, or the eye of a type of supposed spirit sight is upon Jacob. But if you read the scriptures connecting the event story, you will wonder, who is Esau?